Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that you do not miss an update when I post videos and put up new content. So my name is Sherry Wary. I am the CEO, founder, and empowerment strategist of Wary Consultations LLC. I specialize in empowering women and youth to live inspired and transformed lives. I'm a speaker, trainer, author of 2 books, and today I am here to talk to you about perfection. So I put up this post on Instagram a while ago where I reposted a picture that I actually had put on my Facebook page in January 2016. So it's like within the first few days of the year, my first pick for 2016, that whole vibe. But anyway, so when I put up that picture of me in 2016, I had no idea how challenging 2016 was going to be for me. It was definitely one for the books. And so, despite the challenges, I still was able to accomplish one of my goals and become a published author. And that is when I actually published my first book, which is an inspirational novel. But I'll tell you more about that maybe at the end of the video. So, in the caption that I put on Instagram a few months ago, I mentioned how even though I didn't know that 2016 was going to be difficult, I had to learn to push through the challenges and the difficulties. And another thing that I had to learn was to forsake the burden of perfection and carry the weight of excellence instead. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. I said that I had to learn how to forsake the burden of perfection and carry the weight of excellence instead. And so yesterday I recorded a video talking about procrastination. So you can go in and check that out. It's titled Help, I'm a Procrastinator. And I mentioned that quote again. And then last night I was on Instagram on Mike Todd's page. He had his live ordination service. You got to go check out his page just to get the updates. It was totally just amazing. But what happens that he brought a few people on, and Tim Ross, Pastor Tim Ross, was one of the people that he brought on the broadcast. And so Tim made this comment saying what did he say? He said, "Do not sacrifice good on the altar of perfection." Do not sacrifice good on the altar of perfection. And so from there to thinking about my post that I put up a few months ago on Instagram, and then even mention it in the video that I uploaded to YouTube yesterday about procrastination, I'm like, I have to talk more about this whole idea of perfection and producing and still pushing forward in spite of all that. So let me first say is that no one is perfect, like at all. So you're never going to be perfect. And that should be a sigh of relief. But, for some people, it still isn't because, people can be afraid of messing up or making mistakes or things of that nature. But when you are so committed to perfection, what happens is that you end up causing yourself to be experiencing overwhelm and stress to a point that is completely unnecessary because you're trying to reach something that you will never attain. And so with perfection, when you are so stuck on perfection, it can prevent you from producing and just being and also just enjoying life. And so it's not worth it. Carrying the weight or the burden rather of perfection is totally not worth it at all. And I can tell you just even in my own life, is that, I've definitely been prompted so many times to just do things and to learn along the way. Now, I'm not saying that you should not take the diligence and learn, how to do things, do your research, get support, practice things of that nature. But what I am saying is that don't allow perfection to prevent you from moving at all. Is that just go and do and learn along the way. You're going to make mistakes no matter how much time you take to prepare. There's going to be some things you're going to have to learn because as you continue to do, you're continuing to grow, and then you're going to have experiences and be in places that you've never been before. You're going to have questions and problems that you're going to have to solve that you've never had to solve before. And so in light of that, you're not going to always know what to do. And so it's okay to give yourself that grace. It's actually necessary, rather, to give yourself that grace to be free from the burden of perfection. And so even with my caption, when I was talking about carrying the weight of excellence instead, I believe that that is a better way to really walk about doing things or go about doing things in your life, is to seek excellence instead. And when you're seeking to do things in a way that is excellent, one, you are seeking to be your best self. And, as you continue to grow, that means your best self will grow and that you'll continue to improve. Just to be a little transparent, when I first started doing videos on social media, it was on Periscope. And that was actually back in 2015. It was the end of 2015. And let me tell you, I was totally like just scared to put myself out there and to do Periscope videos. But I started off with doing a series, and doing that series, just the first, going back and look at it now, the content was great. So let me first say that. The content was just really, really good. But it's just, having that, my personality coming through and feeling comfortable in front of the camera, it just was not there. And so honestly, it wasn't until like the last video that I did in the series that I started to loosen up a whole lot more. But if you were gonna go and watch one of my original Periscope videos, and compare it to the videos that I do now, you would see that there is an improvement. But here's the thing, if I would have waited until I was perfect, or until I had it all together, you may not even see this video, or you may not have even had the opportunity to see this video that I'm recording right now. So at the end of the day, just go out there. And here's the other thing I want to mention too, is that by me stepping out of my boat, my comfort zone, and starting that series on Periscope, it opened up so many other opportunities. So even though, the lighting wasn't that great, I was nervous, just totally wasn't, comfortable, 100% comfortable with being on camera, is that I still had other opportunities that came out of that. And so I just want to encourage every single person that's watching this video is to not carry the burden of perfection, carry the weight of excellence instead. And again, with excellence, it's about being your best self. It's about taking the time to progress, giving yourself the grace to grow, and allowing yourself to make mistakes, but then also being proud of the fact that you are growing and doing new things and having experiences instead. And as you continue to do new things, you'll connect with new people, you'll find new resources that will help you to improve, and help you to be able to hone in on your craft. And so excellence is not about stagnation. It is not about not trying to be better or improving. It's not about getting, stuck in one particular place. But what it is about is having a realistic expectation of yourself and of the progress that you will make as you continue to, achieve your goals and make new goals and, go after those as well. So I want to encourage you to, again, forsake the burden of excellence and carry the weight of excellence instead. And like Pastor Tim Ross said, do not sacrifice good on the altar of perfection. There is something that you are supposed to be producing and showing and to give to the world. And if you're so caught up on perfection, it will never happen. And the opportunity, the freedom, the happiness, the liberty that you want to experience will be held up by this whole weight or burden, rather, of perfection. So let it go. Just stop and go and just be and do. And I promise you that you will feel so much better afterwards. If you would like to connect with me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Sherry_Wary. You can find me on Facebook on my Facebook business page at Sherry C. Wary. I'm on LinkedIn as well as Sherry C. Wary. And then my website where you can find out more about what I do, my services, my books, and anything else you want to know, you can go to my website at SherryWary.com. So like and subscribe so that you will not miss a notification for, when I post new content. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon.